antibiotic in fishery, and the second is rejection when Indonesia export the product, and we reach the solution of the problem. Okay, for result and discussion. Firstly, you must look table 1.1, reason AISCT analysis. In first column, is sample name. Sample name is actually secret code from fishery factory, and for the second and third column is optical density. We use twice analyze to make sure the result, and the B or BO for absorbance. B for absorbent sample and BO for absorbent standard. And PPB for concentration of Proltadone. Proltadone is antibiotic that used in fishery product. And the final column is the final result. The result that will be passed if the concentration of Proltadone is less than 0.0025 ppb, and that will be filed or rejected if the concentration of Proltadone is more than 0.0025 ppb, like that. Now, next slide. We discussed about nitrofuran. Nitrofuran is some antibiotic that using in fishery product. Have some benefit like antibacterial from Salmonella, coliform, Mycoplasma, Conidia, and other various protozoa. But even nitrofuran have some advantages, but we have negative effect. The negative effect of nitrofuran is known to be a toxic, mutagenic, and carcinogenic to rats. The compound of Proltadone or 3-ammoos-5-morphozoridone, methyl to oxazoridone, or we know with ammoos, are suspect are residues that trigger deadly cancer. So it's very dangerous. How to solve the problem? Next, how to solve the problem? We must anticipate the fishery product must be analyzed by using ammoos before furthering handling. Ammoos analysis use AISCT. The method that is AISCT, enzyme linked immunoassay. Yes, is the method that use hydrolysis reaction, enzymatic, and extraction. Next, AISCT is enzyme linked immunosorbent is a serological test that is commonly used in variety of immunology laboratory. In the sample explanation, AISCT is some method that use a principle of binding antigen and antibody. As you know, antigen and antibody is specific like log NK. And AISCT generally divided into two types. First type is competitive AISCT, and the second type is non-competitive AISCT. But in our kit, by a scientific design, there are no explanation about the kind of AISCT. How we know the kind of AISCT? We must look at the table resume analysis reagent standard. We have some standard in standard concentration. You must look standard concentration and absorbent Proltadone. If you look, when standard concentration rising up, the absorption will be getting down. We get conclusion there are standard concentration and absorbent have negative correlation. Negative correlation is characteristic for AISCT competitive. For more explanation, next, you can look the curve. Yeah, you can prove when standard concentration rising up, the relative absorbance is getting down. Okay, negative correlation. Yes, the principle of enzyme linked immunosorbent assay is based on antigen and antibody. It's common assay. If somebody get AIDS or HIV, you can detect with AISCT. It's a common assay like that. Very important assay. It's for mechanism of AISCT like that. We have micro well surveillance and we coating with antigen. Coating with antigen. In our research, antigen is used fluorotadone. And for the second, we added with sample and reagent. Sample and reagent. Sample and reagent have antibody, but antibody and sample and reagent have some difference. Antibody in sample without enzyme, but antibody in reagent with enzyme. With enzyme, the enzyme make a color reaction that will be measured by spectrophotometry. In the simple word, we can say if the concentration of fluorotadone is high, the absorption that will be down. And if the concentration of fluorotadone is low, the absorbance spectrometry that will be high, like that. For more explanation, maybe you can question and you can get answer in our next. For conclusion, Ms. Gita Nasri. Thank you.
For the last conclusion, as presentation for my team, AISCT test for antibiotic residue testing for modern animals has been validated. Thus, the accuracy is highly low. After analyzing data, it's obtained 2 of 9 or 22% sample with result of nitrogen residues, which are a number of the minimum required performance limit. Our best reference specific limits are for fluorotadone 0.0025 ppb, so that not all products of research can be published in health certificate as one of the requirements. In the export, however, based on the test result, can be expressed generally that the sample of the Indonesian fishery product that have been tested to quality the international export standard qualification. That's all about my presentation. Is there any question or statement to my team?
Okay, now is the time for discussion. Please.
Okay, I have one question.
Yes.
Okay, you mentioned, okay, for your analysis, use a spectrophotometer. Okay, for your analysis, use a spectrophotometer to give the ratio of absorbance to determine the concentration after a certain time. So, first question is this experiment in relation to time?
Yes.
Okay, so do you know anything about the kinetics? Is it a first order reaction or a second order reaction? For the kinetics of your experiment, because it's based on time and it's enzyme kinetics, is it a zero order reaction, first order reaction, or a second order reaction?
Okay, you can answer.
Okay. In my research, it's not about genetics, but about immunology. Yes, your antibody, about your antibody. If you have some disease, if you have some disease or other like salmonella, other bacteria in yourself that make some antibody. If you ever get hepatitis virus, your body that will be contained with antibody from hepatitis virus, like that. Same with fish. If the fish ever get fluorotadone, the body of fish that will be produce the antibody for fluorotadone, like that. So if the coating the well with antigen in my research is fluorotadone, the antibody in fish that will be binding with antigen in the well.
Okay, this binding.
Yes, of course, like
Can you
group
describe
antigen.
it? I want to ask this binding.
Yes.
Is it first, second, or zero order reaction?
What?
The binding
Yes.
that you're talking about, is it a zero order reaction, first order reaction, or second order reaction? That's what I'm asking, this binding.
Binding is first reaction.
First order reaction.
Reaction. Actually, ELISA have many kinds.
In your experiments.
In my experience is ELISA that is first reaction. After that, there are some color reaction that will be measured by spectrophotometry.
That's my question.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other question? We have 2 minutes more left for
Any one question?
maybe no please. Okay, thank you for Mr. Muhammad Saifuddin dari Lasari and Ahmad Khalid Aliwad.
You're welcome.
Okay, let's call the second speaker will be Wildan Taufir Rahman, Renita Eva.
Wandari as first speaker, and Wildan Taufikur Rahman, second speaker, and Renita as moderator. Yeah, this our event, initiating Maritime Youth Conference towards sustainable maritime. For the first, I want to explain about the introduction. As we know that Indonesia and Taiwan has potential in the field of economy. Based on data from the World Bank and the IMF issued in 2009, said that Taiwan is included in the economically developed country with high income economies. Indonesia and Taiwan, that because of that, Indonesia and Taiwan can establish partnership to build global economy. For the Taiwan, 2009, it said that Taiwan included in 34 countries with advanced economies and 64 in high income economies. And the second, Indonesia is a breather, increasingly the level of economic growth and always getting better in the midst of the global economic crisis. Yeah, the big one. Now, because of the fact above, the potential of economy between Indonesia and Taiwan can establish partnership to build global economy. This, the next. The potential of economy, as I told before, but in here we want to explain about the maritime. Yeah, as you know, the maritime is the one forgotten potential natural nowadays. But maritime is all about the knowledge of the ocean, both in the form of sailing and commerce. Taiwan and Indonesia has a maritime potential is very good. The first, Taiwan has advanced technologies to support maritime potency and economies aspect the fishing boat. And the second, Taiwan fishing boats have different types, including long-line fishing vessel types, which is fishing gear such as tent and ship reefs. Yeah. But the other side, Indonesia has maritime potential too, but it's not include the technologies modern like Taiwan. But Indonesia has a very potential in the biological and the coral and many of species fish. Nah, as you know that it is a picture of Raja Ampat. Yeah, Raja Ampat diving land in Sulawesi. And the next. Yeah, we want to the next. Why is maritime the question? And next.
Okay, thank you. I want description about cooperation in Indonesia and Taiwan. This slide, Taiwan is included in the 34 countries with advanced economies and 64 countries with high income economies. And Indonesia is greater in sustaining the level of economic growth. As you said, you can make cooperation Indonesia and Taiwan in focus economy field, Indonesia possesses maritime property with a variety of seafood. Taiwan requires a lot labor as fishermen or crew to operate a fleet of fishing vessels, and fishermen is one of the most believed to be waters, the Taiwan fishing boat. And if this said, we are Indonesia and Taiwan can collaboration and cooperation make a forget maritime for the world. This is traditional method from Indonesia. Okay. We must, if higher can be done, we must upgrade for technology from maritime Indonesia, because you can see in this picture how we can get many fish. If they must traditional technology kapal dan sebagainya. Oke.
This is a problem.
Application idea. Collaboration with Indonesia Taiwan government, and then collaboration with institutional stakeholder, and then collaboration with people in Taiwan. Then the conference Indonesia and Taiwan. The conference Indonesia and Taiwan. Maritime Union Synergy. This I want to explain about the conference. This event for the conference Indonesia and Taiwan about maritime. Initiating sustainability maritime development toward sustainable maritime independence Indonesia Taiwan based on technopreneurship. This program impression about the cooperation between Indonesia and Taiwan. Indonesia would experience an acceleration process. One is to cooperate with other countries and interest potential of the sea. Indonesia is very special country because they country have many according the main waters of Indonesia as for competitive. This is a specialization for Indonesia about maritime. Sea and the styles in Indonesia is a favorite form of international transportation. Whether Indonesia has the greatest diversity of marine life in the world, the three tectonic plates, as the coast volcanoes and earthquakes are fireplace uses information of minor resources. So, oceanography characteristic typical Indonesia sea coast the ocean, Swan Sea from the Pacific Ocean. This we are idea for Indonesia and Taiwan cooperation. And conclusion, initiative maritime conference toward sustainability, independence. Indonesia, Taiwan based on Taiwan based on entrepreneurship is the right solution to avoid maritime countries Indonesia Taiwan based modern technology. Hopefully, through Youth Maritime Conference Indonesia Taiwan, Youth Maritime can take part in developing the natural potential of the countries. Okay, this is my presentation. Thank you. Okay.
Is there any questions or statement? Okay.
I want to know the main reason why you're interested in Taiwan to collaborate. Not just about Philippines, because I think that Philippines and Indonesia have the same type characteristic of the program may be like attributable to country. Why? Because the main reason just the Taiwan.
Actually, we know that there are big countries that have the maritime potential that can develop to increase the economic suitability with the diversity of the fish and marine. Actually, we choose Taiwan because we want to suitable the theme with the topic for these papers. Actually, because we conference in Taiwan, the firstly and secondly, I know that it's no problem if we choose Taiwan because Taiwan and Indonesia, don't have the ambassador office, and I think that's the main idea, the main idea for the how to the relationship build the relationship more from the Indonesia and Taiwan, and I think it's not problem if we just Taiwan. Taiwan having the potential maritime also with the Indonesia, so we must initiate the maritime conference towards sustainability for the fisheries and marine between the Indonesia and Taiwan.
Well, thank you for the chance. First of all, I would like to know what is exactly Taiwan Fishing Book? Is it a program from the government of Taiwan or how?
Fishing boat in Taiwan is especially more. I think it's more use applicable technology between the Indonesia, because the Indonesia is the traditional gears, traditional method and traditional for catching the fisheries. If the comparison of two countries, the power of the fisheries of Indonesia is the pound of fisheries, and the Taiwan concern to check fisheries. So if the two way of the fishery, how to get the fish, they combine in the increase the point of culture and increase the judgments, I know that it's a good idea for the fulfill the need needed of the fish for the world, for the fulfill need fish of the world.
Okay, so you want to combine traditional method one with more modern method one, right? And my question is, how does this maritime yield conference will really happen? I mean, we know that Indonesia is a huge maritime country and we have a very big potential actually, but during this time we have not like a program or an innovation to make this big potential be better. So how does your team really form this conference? Will be like, who will be participate in this conference, and then what is the significant result of this conference, especially for the better future of Indonesia and so on?
Okay, the first day we have the meeting from the yacht fisheries engineering of the Indonesia and the Taiwan. Yes, fisheries engineering of students especially. So we meeting, and then from the meeting we can create the application idea, such as you can read in the side collaboration with Indonesia and Taiwan government, and then collaboration with institution related stakeholder, and then collaboration with Association Indonesian Student in Taiwan and Indonesia, and the last youth conference. So after meeting we can create the main idea, create planning, so that we can the execution of the application idea, and it's a great idea for Indonesia and Taiwan for the best future fisheries, Indonesia and Taiwan especially among the countries.
Okay. Okay. We have 1 minute left. Any question? Okay.
At this presentation, you talk about boat and other gears. Boat and other gears will increase fishery catch, but we all know the sea have a limited sustainable to catch around 100 million ton per year. With that limit, and environmental is getting down. You see so many broken coral and others. Why do you choose to increase the kill? Because we know environmental is no. Yes, environmental is not supporting. Yeah, we need more like conservation and others.
Actually, you answered your question. Okay, maybe the first step, we get the relationship with the government and stakeholder to create the regulation about the limit of the catch of fish. So, if there are any fishermen not suitable with catch the fish, suitable with the regulation, is there any tax? Is there any punishment and the question and the how the punishment about it? So it's not for reality in the world. Many satiety increase and the quality of the fish in ocean is decreased. So there are many conclusions about increasing fun culture fisheries to balancing the catch the fisheries. So that's all about the answer from your question, I think.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for your information. Hope it will be a good correlation in the future with higher animation numbers. Okay, let's call next. The third speaker will be Ellen Kadogan, Chin Kwali, Srinivasa Rapapuri, and Habib bin Hayes.
Water afterwards. Our concentration of water, the bacterial percentage of water is actually 0%. 95%. Permeation flux, as seen before with the general one, which is the general scheme of all membranes. This is like the principle, the rule. So let's say if I carry our experiments, our permeation flux also decreases over time. And this is a simple model to explain to you why we have this diagram, which is the resistance, whereas that resistance, I told you before, falling. Internal falling, external falling causing resistance. So we can see that after about 37 minutes, we had extreme high resistance caused by falling. Okay, this graph just shows you the relation between membrane pressure, rejection volume, rejection rate, and membrane resistance. Rejection volume, because we use cross-channel microfiltration, basically water goes across the surface up to clean the surface of the membrane. It's called a rejection volume. Okay, this just shows you the correlation between the area, the treated water rate, and the volume. Of course, if you increase the area of the membrane, you have a higher treated water volume. Okay, this just shows you we had achieved up to 95% after 90 minutes, which is 1.5 hours, 95% bacteria removal. Conclusions: penicillin was converted from chitin isolated from crab shells. Tensile strength, elongation, swelling studies, predetermined which microfiltration membranes were best for the test. Acetic acid dissolutions had a biostatic effect of 100% on E. coli after 40 hours of contact time. However, our microfiltration experiment was only for 9 minutes because only lab scale. This is by increasing the pore size, resistance to falling can be decreased in addition to reducing the transmembrane pressure, TMP or TMS, after 7 minutes. Bacteria can be filtered from wastewater using the synthesized membranes at efficiency of about 95%. References, thank you very much. Yes, please. I was waiting for you.
Thank you very much for your time. My name is Ebudin. Actually, I want to ask you about if I know that ketosat is one of protein, is compound with amino acid. Amino acid, yes. In my team, I think that amino acid is nutrition for bacteria. How your method to make the membrane cannot impact with bacteria.
You say this is, you want to know this, if this is the amino acid? If collagen is an amino acid?
Maybe in my mind, if you can make explanation.
Okay, sure. No problem.
And in the application is only use one or more.
No application? Okay, I actually go to the question.
Yes.
Anyone?
Maybe I think I interest in medicine. In your research, maybe have some application in medicine.
There you go. I got you. Okay. I'll answer your question in order. First, ask me about collagen. Okay, first, it's not an amino acid, it's a polymer. If you see here, guess the closely, this is a broken chain. A broken chain meaning that this chain, you have another collagen molecule, monomer, another monomer attached here, another monomer attached here. So monomer, polymer. This is a biopolymer, not amino acids. Okay, so that's what we have the dash line here, because this dash line can have more, a whole set of.
I know it's polymer, biopolymer.
Yes.
Because it's biopolymer, it can be degradable with bacteria.
Yeah,
Like that.
that's correct.
This is only use one use only or cannot.
That's the reason why we did modifications. The reason why we did modifications in the different acids was so we can decrease it's biodegradable. We use the acids, we actually cross-link, we link the chains of collagen. So you have one chain this direction, one chain this direction, one chain this direction, parallel. Easy to biodegrade, so we just actually link them. So they form like blocks, T blocks, like chalk. Thanks. So, initial collagen, not cross-linked. Then, the other acid, organic acid, which is a C-OH. Organic acid, RC-OH. Then we have links. So basically, it makes the material stronger. Okay, if you look at tensile strength, here you have tensile strength. You can see ascorbic acid has extremely high tensile strength because cross-linking in ascorbic acid collagen was stronger than acetic acid.
For a long time.
For a long time, yeah. Okay, your last question was about applications in medicine. Okay, so for the applications of collagen, medical precision membranes using, this is dialysis, kidney dialysis.
Okay.
Yeah, that's also used as a membrane in kidney dialysis. They also use collagen not as a membrane, but as a drug carrier to carry drugs, into the body. It's also used as a drug carrier. It has a lot of applications. Collagen is the second most available biopolymer in the world. So people, engineers, over time, scientists, you work with what we have in the world. If you have it, just use it a lot. So collagen is used, I don't want to say collagen is not used, collagen is used extensively in the world. It is because it's extremely available. So it is used in medicine, of course, definitely. Any more questions?
Please.
I'm Francis Carter from National University. And I want to ask about, actually, you mentioned about microfiltration, but I wanted to ask a little bit about, can you explain a little bit about the size actually that it can be used? The size? Yes, size. Yes, the size of the pore of the microfilter itself. And then the second one is that, and the second one is that as it's just a biopolymer, then it means that there are limitations for the usage. Is it partially for the limitations are, and then because in this case that it's used to filter water, and what kind of water it actually can be filtered, and what about the result of the filtration itself? Is edible that this can be drink as a drinking water, or maybe what's the result?
Okay, we removed 95% of bacteria. So actually this wastewater that we used was from, in our university, there's a dormitory, we use the wastewater from the toilets. We use the toilet wastewater in our university. And we removed 95% of E. coli bacteria, which is colobacterial question is harmful to humans. Your question about the pore size of our membranes. Okay, I didn't present the pore size of our membranes here because they concentrated on actual parameter optimization. However, we already know the pore size. our pore size was 0.01 microns for our pore size. It's not shown here because this was concentration on the parameter optimization. And the other question was, what was the last question? Yeah, one more question. Oh, microconstruction size. The size. What was the third question?
The result.
Result.
The result of the mortar.
We treated 95, removed 95% of all bacteria.
So we can actually drink the water or.
Yeah, you can drink it, but we didn't. It can be, okay, for the lab scale process, according to our results, yes, you can drink the water. But it hasn't been commercialized as yet. Is it a process of being commercialized? It's not commercialized as yet. So, actually, I'm the next presenter as well. So,
Okay, for this presentation, time is up. Okay, the next one. Okay, the next presentation also the same.
okay, so we already had this in this for this one. So, it was extremely easy to find, presentation, origins, because Taiwan is an island, and you can go anywhere and get lobster. Even like for dinner last night we had shrimp.
Yes.
So you can find sources of crustacean shells anywhere in Taiwan. As an environmental engineer, of course, we deal with the first waste. We want to reduce the waste in Taiwan and use the waste for something that can benefit humans. American. So basically, we got a crustacean shell, and we did grinding experiments in PN10. We first did a 10 mesh, and we grinded to 20 mesh. The characterization is done by SCM, FTR, and TGA, but TGA is on this slide. Wastewater preparation. We actually did synthetic wastewater because the next stage is to use the semiconductor waste, but they will not give you their waste until you have some preliminary results, because a lot of copyright happened in Taiwan, so that'd be very grateful. And then we did Antarctic experiments. I think he did the same thing. We had a code name, but they will not tell you exactly what is what. You just got a foolish like AZ7999887, some number, you don't know what it is. Okay, results of the discussion. Extremely simple experiment. Very simple. Okay, grinding. Crab shell, use crab shells for this one. Grinding PM100, so we can see our first ground product. This is a fine powder. Hope you can see that very well here, fine powder. Screening, we did screening at 10 mesh, and then screening at 20 mesh. And this is the first SCM for the crab shell microparticles. So based on the size of our particles at 20 mesh, we had microparticles. So we can actually characterize, okay, if you want to do this experiment, if you want to do this and use it, commercialize it, because at the end it's all innovation and commercialization. We characterize our shells as the micro size. As you can see here, this is 20 microns. Each one is 2 microns. So you can see at the size, the micro scale. Okay, TGA analysis. Why did we do TGA? For TGA, we basically just wanted to know at which temperatures can these be used, because if you're talking about semiconductors, you're talking about extremely high energies. And you mentioned before, gallium has a high energy gap, so you need something that can withstand high temperatures. So this TGA here, you can see at 400 degrees Celsius, actually this should be 8%, not weight loss, 8%. This should be 8% anyway, so you can see at about 400 degrees Celsius, that's when basically all the weight, after this point it turns into ash. So it can operate up to temperatures of about 250 degrees Celsius. So about 20 degrees Celsius, you can see it's extremely sharp decline. So for this, if you have to characterize this, we say that operation temperature is 20 degrees Celsius, 20 degrees Celsius, 250 degrees Celsius. And the boiling temperature for water, as we all know, is 1 degree Celsius. So for commercialization and using in the industry, this is okay because we're up to 20 degrees Celsius and the boiling point of water is 1 degree Celsius. So in an aqueous solution, this can be used. Aqueous medium boiling. Okay, so very simple experiments again. So our operation temperature was 25 degrees Celsius. Agitation speed 50 RPM. The metal concentration in the wastewater was 10 ppm, and we synthesize our own water. So we use 10 ppm as well. The dosage, absorbing dosage of microparticles was 100 milligrams of 0.1 grams. So This is a schematic. I have a video to show you, but I can't show you the video. Anyway, this is a schematic here. I have a video to show you, but I can't show you the video anymore. So I guess talk straight in more detail. I didn't have to do that, but okay. So this is our crab shell first, and we add the concentrate of meta-ion, 10 ppm, then we stir agitation speed, 50 rpm. Control the temperature. This is schematic. The temperature is controlled at 25 degrees Celsius. Okay, so this is just an example of our our sample. This is the video. We're gonna play. So, yep. Okay, so basically, we just for testing basically went through initial ion concentration was 10 ppm. So if we have a final concentration, we can determine how effective our carbon particles are for the removal of gallium. So experimental, we just remove just take a sample of the wastewater after how much of a time, then return the constant agitation, and then we put the sample directly into AISCT AES. Okay, so for our results, you can see the removal efficiency after 120 minutes was 100%. After 2 minutes, we got 80% removal. Okay, absorption capacity is equal to the initial meta-ion concentration when there's a final meta-ion concentration in ppm divided by the absorption total dependent volume of 1 liters. So for our absorption capacity per milligram, we had 0.27 milligrams per gram of our crab shell particles. Okay, so pH in controlling in the chemical industry, the manufacturing industry or commercialization process, you have to consider the pH of the solution. It will not be perfect situation where the pH is at 7, so we did turning gallium nitrate. You can actually very simple in chemical engineering, simple process, grind the shells, add it in operating parameters, and you can actually treat the wastewater. I remove 90% of the gallium nitrate. Thank you very much. You guys have my presentation. Thank you. I'm waiting for it.
Actually, we have 1 minute for presentation. Do you have any explanation to that? No.
No, this
No, okay. We'll open it for discussion session. Okay, please. Mr.
Okay, thank you very much. Actually, in my university,
Yep.
I have some research about sea cucumber.
Sea cucumber. Okay.
Cucumber. That will be the antioxidant. Antioxidant. But because in sea cucumber there are much free terpenes.
Terpenes.
Free terpenes.
Yes.
But we have some problem because bad environment. There are many pollution in sea cucumber. There are many mercury. And so our research that will be have a problem. Maybe in your research you have advised to me to make a lose the mercury.
Mercury. Okay. The thing is, the good thing about this project, about the crab shell microproject, is that you have calcium carbonate, and you can isolate the carbonate ion as it. Okay, first. Okay, actually no. Okay, so first you lose 1 proton, you get a negative charge of 1. If you lose 2 protons, you get a negative charge of 2. The good thing is that gallium exists as 3+. So you can have the ratio 3 to 2. It balances. But the thing is that mercury is elemental, as mercury has a charge of 0. So that's the difficult stuff for mercury. Because elemental mercury has a charge of 0. HGS it says 0. So the good thing is that we can have gallium as an ion. So we can have some ionic interaction. So our basis here was actually ionic interaction. Mercury has a charge of 0, so there you have a difficult problem. I would suggest, however, if you use some sort of electroplating, some sort of electricity to help push mercury, to force mercury to have an ionic state. You understand? Basically force a charge onto mercury. If you force a charge using electricity, using energy, force a charge onto mercury, then you probably could go further from there.
Maybe I will contact you. Yeah, it's good.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other question?
Thank you very much, everybody.
This was a nice talk from Mr. Adam. Yeah, the topic is presented by the person. Okay. So let's call the next speaker, Mr. Rashid Rizal. There's a title BIG install Gambili the Indonesian time zone as innovative solution to tackle down food security based on local food. Okay.
Okay. Gambili is one of tubes which are available on the village area. It is the picture of Gambili. It is a local food in Indonesia. You know? It's just for our in Indonesian. No, it's just for Indonesia. In Indonesia. No, it is in Banyuwangi. So that is either big buburisan Gambili for diversification food, and the last for food security. It is not a research paper, just a literature paper. So the conclusion big is one of innovative food based on local food such as Gambili for diversification food of Indonesian security food environment in keeping biological diversity. Okay, thanks my presentation. Yes, just it because I hope we can discuss it anytime. Okay, thank you.
Do you eat this food?
What?
Do you eat this food?
No. Because that is not result, so I don't eat it.
Do you eat it? You eat it? You eat it?
No.
No.
Because it's a local potential and it is very, yes, I think so. Okay, Mister, any question again? Okay, what's your name? Exact. Make a boost, make a big, to make a big. Become bubur. Okay, bubur instan. The process is very simple. So you must have the first, you must have a gembili, and the process is you must pressing to. You must pressing and you must can head dryer to compare to yes the result is pure. It's simple process but when it is very important because gembili now is local potential will exciting setting. Okay. That's any question? Oh, I have very. Okay, that is discussion. Okay, no problem.
Sorry. Okay, because your presentation is you want to having some idea from the audience, so I think it's very important to take note. Observation because it will help you to get the new idea what you're going to do with the review. Yeah, because all observation is curated.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I want to ask something about the composition of nutrition. Your diversity of food.
Composition. Okay, no
Is there
problem.
any problem from your sell your product?
Okay. Any question again? Oh, yes.
I want to ask how to change our mindset to usually to eat nutrition every day. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I want to go after you.
Okay. Actually, maybe just ask or suggest something. If you can find information about production, which is production daily requirements, what kind of soil that's needed, what kind of environment that it can grow. And then the second one is that what about the production yield? I mean, if it's a hectare, then how many kilograms or something like that. So the requirements for to plant this kind of plant, and then the yield is compared, maybe compared to rice. Okay, something like that. And the third one maybe if that is commercialized, then what about the price? Which is means that if the farmers make this kind of things, if it's plant this kind of thing, how many profits that they can gain?
Okay, for this question, I will answer. To analytical economy, I don't have. Okay. Any question again? Oh yes.
Okay. I saw you have like food security.
Yes.
Can you go to the food security study? I don't know which one it is. Yeah, food security. So my question is, which I think is important because yesterday the speaker spoke about EQ, which is emotional quality. And if you don't eat this, how am I supposed to eat this?
Can you?
Okay, I'm just saying that, you know, in delivering your speech, your presentation, I asked if you ate this food, and you said no. But your problem, the number one problem is food security, and you don't eat it. You understand?
Any question again? Final. Okay, thanks.
You're gonna feed it to us.
But I have the picture.
It's like Taiwan. Oh my God. Where? Oh my God.
Is it a bad word?
No.
Yes, I'm sorry because I'm forget when I in English. For nutrition, it is composition of Gembili nutrition are calorie, protein, and fat. Oh yes, I'm sorry, and carbohydrate. 22.4. It's the
Carbohydrates?
Yeah, carbohydrate.
that is the first question.
Okay, sorry for interrupting you, but the quantity is what you need. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. It is 100 grams of gembili. That's the composition. To how to change the mindset. Indonesian people, the eating is rice. Okay, so I will try to pure. Why? Because pure is not because the maybe for the change the mindset of Indonesian people is not problem because pure is not better. No, that is not better, but it's can substitution for rice. And if you eating fish with rice is not problem if you eating fish with pure really. That is no problem. But if you eating fish with a bread, it's it's the problem. Okay, thank you. Three, how to compare? Oh yes, production compare. I'm sorry, moga-moga. I'm sorry, I don't have date of Gembili production in Indonesia because this is local food will be excited, extinct, punah, extinct in Indonesia. Okay, I think three question. Oh, any question?
Could you show us how to make this porridge?
No problem.
I want to look at tasty. If it isn't tasty, sorry.
Maybe the real picture of the last result.
That's the process of making. You need to translate.
Okay, in Gembili.
And also,
Yeah,
like how
Okay.
you're from.
Right.
Oh,
You must washing the gembili and you must have salt 1000 ppm and the proportion of water and gembili is 4 and 1. So you must have drum dryer for make from gembili to pure. Instant pure. It is a picture of drum dryer. The process